Alright, hello everyone, hello! We are back with more FF14. We have just unmasked the Ivy, which was kind of anticlimactic actually. And now we're looking to get into, see Iceheart. I've already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moinbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you'll find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Miro, and that I have faith you will return to us. You always have. Return to Camp Dragonhead. Yeah, it's probably just as close as going north from Mordona. With his fucking hand. Yeah, Mordona's right there, and we started right there. So we're not quite... Honestly, it's really not that big of a difference. This mount makes me laugh so much. Carrying us like this. Hector, do you want to get carried around by a death claw like this? Little fans right in its palm too, like that's scary. Oh look, a fate. Good to see you, Miro. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Eileen Royal in Ul'dah, even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which to say it. The others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. There, it's ready. Huh, it worked, I think. Try tuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Yes, it goes. We have done all we can, Miro. Now, for now, let us withdraw. Why? When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Gonna love that clipping on my my tiara. I feel like we should have just gone from there, or at least Mira should have. Going out kind of like. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Mindbreeder's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. But before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Madame, Sir Aymeric regrets that he could not be here in person, and asks that I read you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Mere apprentice, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Helone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. The Ak-Afa Amphitheater, now accessible. Akafa, which is draconic, I believe. Okay. For as long as the nation has warred with Dravania, there have been Ishgardians who instead choose to ally themselves with the dragons. Shiva is said to have been among the first, hence why the heretics revere her as a saint. That Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva with the crystals they have stolen is plain, but is this unprecedented act even possible? If so, even Ishgard, if not the entire realm, is in danger. In grave danger. Now, if you notice, we do not have a duty support for this, so we do have to actually queue for it on its own. So, here goes. If it takes more than a few seconds, I'll pause as usual. So, YouTube, you might see a skip in terms of what is happening, but before that, let's summon a new pet for today, because I keep forgetting to do that. There we go. Our pet for today is the Choco Chick Courier. Look how cute he is. He's just floating around there. Anyway, so yeah, YouTube, we're going to pause here, and then when we get back, we will hopefully be in the queue. Oh, I like having the small chat, don't get me wrong. Having thousands of people would make it really difficult. But hello guys, we're back. Here we go.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
There we have it. Whoa. Actually, she is melee spellcaster and range. It depends on what weapon she brings out. But right now she has sword and shield, so she's melee. That bump almost walked right into her. Alright, so we got ads now. Get behind her for Glacial Bash. Well, that's a dancer, not a monk. Sorry. Yeah, they keep standing in the spots that are really dangerous. Oh shit, we're about to get frozen. It scattered them like dust in the wind. What's a gish? But yes, depending on what weapon she has in her hand, she can form 3 weapons. She can form Sword and Shield, where she does like a slash in front of her that does a conal ice thing, and if anybody's in front of her, it'll probably fucking kill them. Unless you are a tank, in which nowadays not so much, but back in the day, if you got hit by that, you were probably dead, especially on extreme mode. Staff, I'm not 100% certain what she does with staff. I think she just does AoEs around her and other people. And if it's bow, she has like this wave of ice that she throws out. But yeah, so it was good. Anyway, I really like her music, especially the phase 2 portion of it. Unfortunately, you don't get to hear it that long.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. trapped in a delusion of their own creation and blind to the truth. Warrior of Light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander a mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Colleague will be pleased. That sucks. Also, apparently Iceheart knows Heidelin. By the 12, you're alive! I mean, of course you're alive! Why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Javanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if what you say you if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just, I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That or he's busy playing politics with the Asgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you, hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. She's absolutely convinced that we are just dumb. Anyway, Ken Gates, what's a gish? I'm not familiar with that term. But yeah, Shiva is actually a fan favorite fight too. Back in the day, with the extreme mode, lots of people would run that fight just because they enjoyed the fight overall. At least here on Behemoth, I remember that being quite a thing that happened. Alphino, why you gotta be all the way up here? The fuck can't you, like, be someplace normal? I still remember the first time you entered these chambers. Suffice it to say, I never imagined I would one day be so glad of your return. Welcome, my friend, welcome. There she is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration, one for which we have Miro to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Aymeric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Dromont, is the caravan ready? The supplies your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured, my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Oh, of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House of Tom's caravan? Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of what was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, on an unrelated note, Miro, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray, do not think less of him. A spell sword, if you will. Cast spells at me. Yeah, I figured you wanted to make her in Pathfinder. I just wasn't aware of that particular term. But that's cool. I like Shiva. She's really an awesome character, especially this version of her. So yeah, Lord Horschiffon here, our friend in Camp Dragonhead, was really sad to hear us rushing off to die, apparently. So yeah, we get to go appease him and let him know that we're okay. I figure we can just fly there because it's not far from Dragonhead to or Whitebrim to Dragonhead, especially since we can fly. Okay. Horschiffon! What were you thinking, Miro? Waging your very being on a dubious theory that might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Miro, 'tis the stuff of ballads. A battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet, here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aymeric wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. I like how much Horschiffon just, despite being Ishgardian, just like fucking loves our character, and he's just like, he's just in for it. Since you get the mythic ability to, in Pathfinder it's really easy and kind of optimal to specialize in a single element. Since you get a mythic ability to choose an element and make all damage from that type unresistible. That's actually sick. Greetings, madame. I shall follow you, I shall show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We, too, have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am. Now, why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
That was a weird look Lucia gave our character. Anyway, what did he give us? Eyes unclouded. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends from the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat, and our approach in combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if the word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes the primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the Beast Tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then if it came to be known that not only the Beast Tribes of Eorzean could summon primals, but our civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we would find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak of unadvisedly. Come, Miro, it is better we continue this conversation in Mordona. Alright, we're going to teleport to Mordona, but it is break time. I think Tengage went out to get dinner, or lunch, but join us for our boss fight, guys. Vector, get in here. Also, there is quite a few other side tasks we're going to have to complete. I feel like they're coming up here shortly. But we'll worry about those shortly. We're going to sit on this bench here. And we're going to lament Tiamat's actions. It is break time, so I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We got more Final Fantasy XIV.